I am shocked by the football player who has made today's top 5 list. Can you guess who it is? But we've also got basketball and baseball and more in today's top 5. We'll tell you which cards are going up the most now. Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to another Top 5 Tuesday. It feels good to be back in the studio and delivering the top 5 to you. It has been a few weeks. The last couple of weeks, we had all of our coverage from the National, so we didn't do the top 5. So we have a lot to get you caught up on today because the sports card market right now is perhaps the hottest that it has ever been. And I've got some crazy stats to share with you in just a moment. And of course, today's top 5 is sponsored by Whatnot. And next week, we have a huge event taking place here on the Sports Card Investor YouTube channel and on Whatnot. It is the virtual. You guys remember the virtual holiday show, probably that we did last December with all the games and giveaways, and we did pack drops and hobby box sales. Well, we're doing a summer edition. It is the summer virtual card show. It is taking place next Tuesday and Wednesday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern here on this channel. And then at 10 p.m. Eastern, we're cutting over to Whatnot to do all kinds of pack drop sales and all kinds of fun. So here's what you need to do right now. On this YouTube channel, on the Sports Card Investor YouTube channel, the live shows for next Tuesday and Wednesday are already set up on the channel. Click notify when we go live on those shows so you get notified when we're live. And then make sure you are following us on Whatnot. And I'm going to put a QR code up on the screen and a link in the show description below for our Cards HQ shop Whatnot. And if you are a first-time Whatnot customer, that QR code and that link will give you $15 free that you can use towards our virtual show next week. You are going to love it. You don't want to miss the summer virtual next Tuesday and Wednesday night. Okay, guys, now let's talk about the cards that are going up. And here are those stats I promised you. Look at the overall sports card market. This is the Market Pulse by Market Movers. Over the last 7 days, the SCI 500 index of the 500 most prominent sports cards is up 2%. Over the last 30 days, it is up 7%. Since January 1st of this year, it is up over 15%. These are the biggest gains that we have seen in the sports card market since the pandemic. This is huge. The sports card market is absolutely on fire right now. Big cards are setting record prices every single day. Hopefully this trend continues. Right now, it is a great time to own a nice high quality portfolio of sports cards. And now let me tell you what cards are going up and down the most. It is time for today's top 5. All right, let's temper our enthusiasm a little bit and start with a cold card of the week, as we do every week, because it's a reminder that even when the sports card market is hot, cards can sometimes come down once they get too hot. And that is the case with Lane Hudson, the defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens. Yes, Hudson, he had a great rookie campaign, posting 66 points in 82 games, also 60 assists, which tied him for the all-time NHL record for a rookie defenseman. But despite this success, he was left off of the U.S. Olympic Orientation Camp roster, which was kind of a surprising omission, and maybe that affected his prices a little bit, or maybe just simply the fact that hockey season is over has affected his prices as they have started to come down, as have a lot of hockey cards as the hockey season ends. That's a very natural thing that occurs. Let's take a look here in Market Movers, and this is Lane Hudson's 2024 Upper Deck Young Guns base card. We're going to look at this one in PSA 10. We're also going to look at that in raw condition, and then we're also going to look at the Outburst Silver variation of that card in PSA 9 condition. You can see on the chart, these are all edging down over the last 30 days. It hasn't been great. These cards are down anywhere between about 11% negative and about 21% negative. From a dollar standpoint, that Upper Deck Young Guns base in PSA 10 has dropped from $443 down to $363. And the Outburst Silver in PSA 9 has dropped from $373 down to $295. So not a great month if you are holding Lane Hudson cards. But now let's talk about cards going up, and we're starting with our investment card of the week. And this week it is no other than Michael Jordan, and specifically Michael Jordan's 1996 Bowman's Best and his Bowman's Best Atomic card from that set. Now look, Michael Jordan has been an absolutely great investment. There are many Michael Jordan cards that are up in the sports card market over the last year. And in my opinion, if you get high grade, rare Michael Jordan cards, those things are gold. Lock them in your safe and you'll be proud that you have those cards in 5, 10, 20, 30 years. I think the whole Michael Jordan market is a good market to be part of. But this specific card we're going to look at today is 1996 Bowman's Best. There was the atomic refractor of those cards. This is a standout in the basketball card collecting world, known for its eye-catching design and rarity. It features a vibrant holographic finish that was way ahead of its time, making it highly sought after by collectors. But because of that finish, it's hard to find these cards in high grade. So if you find one, it's going to be very valuable, and those cards have been going up a lot. Let's look here in Market Mover. So this is the base version of that 1996 Bowman's Best card in PSA 10 condition. And then this is the atomic refractor version of the card. You can't tell in the photo that it's that much different, but it has a little bit of like an X-fractor type of finish to it. All of these boxes shimmer. When you hold the card in person, it really hits. That shimmer on these cards is really something to see. And those atomic refractors in PSA 10, by the way, a population of just 18. That's how rare they are to find those cards in a really high grade. So that is what makes those cards so valuable. And you can see, look at the chart over the last year. So the base version of that 1996 Bowman's Best card, that card's actually up 91%. It has jumped from $122 up to $234 over the last year. The atomic refractor, from a percentage standpoint in PSA 10, it's only up a little bit over 8%. That doesn't sound like a lot. But from a dollar standpoint, that card is up $1,800 because a year ago, that card was a little over $22,000, and today that card is up to $24,000. From a percentage standpoint, the PSA 9 is up quite a bit more. It's up almost 47%. It has increased from around $2,400 up to over $3,500, and the PSA 8 of the atomic refractor has jumped from around $2,400 up to $2,650. So a very nice set of increases on all of these Michael Jordan 1996 Bowman's Best cards, along with a lot of other Michael Jordan cards that have been going up and up and up some more in the sports card market. But now let's talk about players playing today. And in the number 5 spot on today's list, this was the one that surprised me. It is Trey Lance. Yes, Trey Lance. Did you forget about Trey Lance? Honestly, I kind of forgot about Trey Lance. Of course, he was a big name a few years ago when he was drafted, and people thought he was going to be the future of the San Francisco 49ers, and it definitely didn't turn out that way. But Trey Lance is still around, and in fact, he is aiming to revive his career as the backup quarterback for the Los Angeles Chargers. The 25-year-old signed a 1-year deal this offseason, and he is currently behind Justin Herbert in the Chargers depth chart. And he impressed in the Hall of Fame game against Detroit in the preseason. He completed 13 of 20 passes for 120 yards and 2 touchdowns with a passer rating of 114.6. His poise and decision-making drew praise from his coach, Jim Harbaugh. And so who knows? You know, if something happens with Herbert this season, Trey Lance will have the opportunity to come in and maybe make the most of it. And this has some football card investors and speculators excited about Trey Lance's cards once again. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. We're going to look at his 2021, his rookie, Optic Hollow in PSA 10 condition. We're also going to look at his Optic Downtown rookie card from 2021 in PSA 10 condition. Let's also look at his Prism Laser from 2021 Prism and his Prism Variation Silver from 2021 Prism, both of those in PSA 10 condition. And guys, look at this. Over the last 30 days, these cards are up anywhere between about 40% and 351%. Now, granted, some of these cards were cheap to begin with, right? Like that 2021 Prism Variation Silver in PSA 10. That was only an $8 card 30 days ago, but now it's over $36. Wow. His Optic Hollows jumped from around $21 up to about $30. His Downtown in PSA 10 has jumped from $219 up to $380. And his Prism Laser PSA 10 was around $15 30 days ago. Now it is over $21. So a nice month of increases. Look, if you have any Trey Lance cards still sitting in a box that you forgot about years ago, go get those cards out today. Maybe now is the moment to sell. In the number 4 spot today, it is the legend, Hulk Hogan, who unfortunately passed away about 2 weeks ago at the age of 71. And Hulk was, of course, one of the most legendary figures in pro wrestling history. Hulk rose to stardom in the 1980s as the face of WWF, helping bringing pro wrestling into the mainstream with his Hulkamania persona. His death prompted widespread tributes, including an emotional memorial at WWE SummerSlam. He leaves behind an incredible legacy, and a lot of people have been remembering him over the last few weeks by buying his cards, and that has caused his card market to have some increases. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. And the cards we're looking at, this is his 1985 Topps WWF card. We're going to look at both the yellow version of this card as well as the blue version of this card in different grades. We're also going to look at his 2015 Topps Chrome WWE Refractor card. We'll look at that one in PSA 9. We're also going to look at his 2022 Prism Silver in PSA 9 as well. And you can see from on the chart, when the news of his death was announced, these all kind of spiked up, as commonly happens when legendary figures pass away. His cards have come down some since then, but they're still up quite a bit over the course of the last 30 days. The PSA 9 of his 1985 Topps Base WWF yellow card has risen from $967 30 days ago to $1,050 today. The PSA 8 of that card has jumped from $144 to $153. On the blue version of that card, the PSA 8 has increased from $85 to $132, and the PSA 7 from around $55 up to $100. You've also got his Topps Chrome Refractor in PSA 9, which has increased from $115 to $130. And his Prism Silver has gone from $20 to $33 in PSA 9. It's nice to see a lot of people remembering one of the greatest wrestlers of all time through his cards. Let's go to baseball for the number 3 card today, and it is J.J. Weatherholt, the shortstop prospect for the St. Louis Cardinals. He is making a strong case for a 2025 Major League Baseball call-up with his performance in AAA. He's only 22 years old, but he is batting .299 through 301 at-bats with 13 home runs, 47 RBIs, and 16 stolen bases, and recently had a 2-run homer on August the 3rd, which marked his 6th of the season for his Memphis AAA team. He has advanced plate discipline and defensive versatility, and that has a lot of people thinking that he's going to get the Major League call-up, and when that happens, his cards will likely go up further, but they've already been going up in advance of that potentially happening. Let's look here at some of J.J. Weatherholt's cards. We're going to look at his 2025 Bowman Chrome Prospect Auto. This is his first Bowman card. We're going to look at that one in raw condition. We're also going to look at the Refractor number to 499 version of that same card in raw condition. And we're finally going to look at his paper Bowman first Bowman auto card in raw condition. And you can see over the last 30 days, all of these are up over anticipation of his call-up and his play down in the minors. His Bowman Chrome base of that first prospect autos jumped from $127 up to $189 over the last 30 days. And the Refractor in raw condition has jumped from $203 up to $314. That's a big increase over the course of the last 30 days. Finally, the paper version of his first Bowman auto has jumped from $93 up to $135. Hopefully he'll get called up, and hopefully this trend will continue. We have another legend in the number 2 spot today who we lost too soon. It is Ryne Sandberg, the longtime second baseman for the Chicago Cubs, and also played 1 year for Philadelphia right at the beginning of his career. Now, of course, people know that he is an absolute legend on the diamond. He earned 9 All-Star selections and was the 1984 National League MVP. Known for great defense, he won 10 Gold Gloves, and he was a key leader for the Cubs throughout the 1980s and 1990s. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2005. And although we lost him way too young to a battle with cancer at the age of 65 just a couple of weeks ago, his legacy will carry on and he will forever be remembered as an all-time great for that Chicago Cubs organization. A lot of people are remembering Sandberg through his cards, and we're going to look at some of those cards here in Market Movers. These are 3 of his rookie cards. His 1983 Donruss card. We're going to look at that one in PSA 10 and PSA 9 condition. Let's also look at his 1983 Fleer card in PSA 10 and PSA 9 condition, and then finally his 1983 Topps card in PSA 10 and PSA 9 condition. And you can see on the charts when the news of his death came out, all of these cards suddenly went up in price as a lot of collectors were scooping them up to remember Sandberg and how great of a player he was. These cards are up anywhere between 6% and 93% over the course of the last month. His Donruss 1983 PSA 10 has jumped from $750 up to $795. In PSA 9, it's jumped from $57 up to $110 over the last 30 days. His Fleer in PSA 10 has gone from $325 to $450, and in PSA 9 from around $40 to about $72 in the last 30 days. And in Topps, his PSA 10, the most expensive of the 3, his Topps PSA 10 jumped from around $1,250 up to well over $1,800 in PSA 10, and in PSA 9 it increased from about $100 up to about $140. Lot of great memories being shared of Ryne Sandberg. All right, we've reached that moment in the show. It is time for today's number 1 card, but before I give it to you, let me remind you that all of the charts and graphs from today's show are from Market Movers, and this is your final opportunity to take advantage of the special national sale on Market Movers, where you get 2 weeks of Market Movers for free plus 20% off for life with coupon code 2025. So to sign up for that, you need to go to sportscardinvestor.com, click Market Movers in the main menu bar. Then you can sign up for any of the plans, enter coupon code 2025 for 2 weeks free plus 20% off for life of Market Movers. But do it soon because that coupon code will expire soon. Okay, here it is. The number 1 card of the week. We're going to baseball. The great young first baseman for the A's, Nick Kurtz. Yes, Nick Kurtz. He is having a breakout 2025 season, quickly establishing himself as one of baseball's top power hitters. The 23-year-old left-handed batter leads all rookies with 23 home runs and 62 RBIs. He is hitting .305 with strong plate discipline, and he made history by becoming the first rookie to hit 4 home runs in a single game, tying the Major League Baseball record for total bases in one game. His combination of size and skill is a major asset for the Athletics as they are in rebuild mode right now. Let's take a look here in Market Movers and look at how Nick Kurtz's cards have absolutely taken off since that 4 home run game. These things have been fire in the sports card market, and the cards that we're looking at are his 2024 Bowman Draft, his first Bowman Draft auto card. We're gonna look at this one in raw condition, and this card right here you can see is up 102% over the course of the last 30 days. Most recent sale of that card was up at $346. You could have scooped that card for as little as $40 within the last 30 days. What an incredible rise on that card, but not to be outdone. These other cards are up a lot as well. This is his 2024 Bowman Draft Chrome Refractor non-auto card, so a more affordable card. Most recently sold for $29, but you could have bought that card for as little as $9.50 over the course of the last 30 days. How about his Sapphire Edition non-auto card raw? Most recently sold for $87.50. But guys, this card was selling for as little as $13 within the last 30 days. This card has gone from $13 all the way up to $87.50 in the last 30 days. An absolutely incredible increase on this Nick Kurtz card. And then finally, let's look at his 2025 Bowman Chrome Prospect Auto card. This one's up a ton as well. Most recently sold for $184, but you could have picked that card up for less than $45 within the last 30 days. If you have any Nick Kurtz cards in your collection, pat yourself on the back because you are doing incredibly well right now. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, please give it a like. Please give it a subscribe. Don't forget about our virtual holiday, or not the holiday version, the virtual summer card show here on the Sports Card Investor channel and on Whatnot next Tuesday and Wednesday night. And don't forget about that special offer on Market Movers, coupon code 2025 for 2 weeks free plus 20% off for life. Just go to sportscardinvestor.com and click Market Movers in the main menu bar and then use that coupon code 2025. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon with our next one. Take care.